What is up, everybody? Today is probably the largest video I've ever made in my entire YouTube career of silver stacking because I'm going to be going over my entire silver collection after stacking for exactly 1 year. So let's go ahead and get into it. And this is pretty much every single piece that I have on this table right now. I went to my safety deposit box, pulled it all out, and I'm going to put it back. By the time this video is uploaded, it'll be back there. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do have my gold laid out as well, so I can show you guys that. And I've calculated all of the numbers so you guys will know exactly how much this stuff is worth today. And unfortunately, I don't know how much I paid for it because I wasn't that good at logging it, but let's go ahead and get into it. So starting out in the top left corner, we've got 5 peace dollars, as well as my special Morgan dollar that was gifted to me from a family member. And now moving down to my bars, these are actually the first 2 pieces of silver that I ever bought once I started stacking. So it was literally exactly, I think, a year and maybe 2 days ago. So bought, which ironically, I actually bought an ounce of gold before I ever even bought silver, which I'll get into that up there. But anyways, my 2 pieces of silver that I bought originally, and then I got just 3 other random bars as well as 5. I think these are Silvertown bars right here, so nothing crazy, but I do actually really like collecting these bars, and the fact that they're already in the plastic sleeves makes it easier on me. And then my favorite bar in all of silver stacking that I have is this Prospector's 1 troy ounce of silver bar. That's just a melted bar. So now moving on to here. I know in my first video where it was 6 months of stacking, I didn't have hardly any Morgan dollars, and that's one thing that I've been buying more of. I haven't bought a ton recently, but I think I've got about 18, or no, I think I've got about 14 Morgan bars or Morgan rounds, Morgan dollar coins, whatever we want to call them today on this video. But anyway, so those are just so the spot value, which I did calculate this before this video, of a Morgan dollar is $36.39. So all in all, total with the Morgan dollars as well as the peace dollars, I've got $18 worth of them, and that comes out to be $655. So I did count exactly how many ounces I have as well in both gold and silver, which I'll get into that in a minute. In terms of junk silver, I've got just about probably $10 to $15 worth of dimes right here. And then a bunch, well, some more dimes right here, probably another $5 or so. And then a bunch of half dollars. These I just throw with, oh, that's stuck together. That's weird. I don't know if you can tell, but it's totally stuck together perfectly. There we go. Now it fell apart. But I do have some commemoratives like this in there. I think that's a commemorative, but so it's not all just the typical 50-cent pieces that you would think of. But so I've got probably $20 or so of that, which I'll calculate up here on the screen for you guys as well. And then moving on, I've got some junk silver quarters as well as some more quarters right there. And then, of course, you guys have seen my 4 little silver clinkers, is what I call them. I like to play with those and kind of throw them around and treat them like crap because it's not always fun to put all your silver up in these little cases and forget about them. Although it does probably make the most sense to do that. So let's go ahead and get into my silver rounds. As you can tell, we'll start with this little piece or American Statue of Liberty round right there. We got a little Firefighter 911 round, as well as an Aztec. And then I got 6 of these. These are Engelhard rounds, which I think that those are actually trading at a higher premium now because they're kind of rare. They don't out of business. And there is a date on them. I don't know if you can tell. There we go, 1985. So there is a date on them, which is kind of cool. I like that about rounds because it just kind of things and it makes it, in my opinion, it makes it a little bit cooler to have, that's pretty old. So we've got some Chinese, the year of the mouse, year of the tiger, and then whatever this is right here, you guys might know, but I have no idea. And then Australian kangaroo coin. Do have a silver eagle just kind of in the match right here. A wedge-tailed eagle. What are you doing? Why are you eating the box, guava girl? Hey, quit. All right, so moving on down here, I've got my buffalo round that I think is fake and another buffalo round. This one, I've noticed, it's developing milk spots on it. So I'm a little bummed about that, especially because I keep them in these cases to avoid that. But you guys are going to have to let me know how to avoid that because I also have some Philharmonics that are getting really bad as well. So now moving down, I've got a lot of silver eagles. I won't go through each individual one, but as you can see, I like the ones that are toned as well. And then this one, I made a special video on this coin alone because as you can tell, it is just so blue and so unique in my opinion that I don't know. I felt like it deserved a special video. I really like toned coins, and I feel like something like that can premium. So now moving on, I do have some colorized silver eagles. Nothing. I know a lot of people are against that, but I think it's kind of cool, and I'm a fireman, so having a little 9/11 memorial coin is pretty unique in my opinion, as well as this little Lady Liberty. And then I've got just a bunch of other silver eagles out here. I'm really worried about toning these silver eagles, but I keep them in tubes. Now, I will say I feel like they're going to tone just because they're around other coins that are already toned. I don't know if that's the way it works, but I feel like I take them out enough to where unfortunately, eventually they will get toned. But I'm trying to avoid that, so we'll see. Then I have this 19, I believe it's a 1988 Silver Eagle, and it either looks like it's cleaned or it just looks shinier than the other ones. I guess that might was how they used to do it. But anyways, now let's go ahead and get up to the Philharmonics that I want to show you guys that are really badly splotched. If that's a word, splotched, not that one. All right, so I found it. So this one, you can tell it's just got those little white spots all around it. So it was in perfect condition and brand new when I got it, but now it just looks kind of junky. I don't really know why. A little bit of a bummer to me, but I guess it's the reason that silver is silver tones and gold doesn't. So I still think gold is king in that aspect. But then I got a couple maple leafs right here. And then back to my $50 most expensive silver round I've ever got or coin, which is this Mexican peso or 1 ounce of silver. Not a peso, you know what I mean. Whatever it's called. And anyways, now I got two of the Scottsdale Mint stackers, which are two of my favorite rounds because they're really unique and they stack on top of each other and they're each 2 ounces. So there's 4 ounces total. And then I've got a 10 ounce Engelhard bar and a 10 ounce Silver Gold Bowl bar, and then a 10 ounce Royal Canadian Mint that I do keep out of the package. And if it gets toned, you know what? It's a 10 ounce bar. I don't feel like that really matters for that as much. So, all in all, the total ounces of silver that I have is 107 ounces, which in today's spot price at $47, that is worth $5,029. So I obviously didn't pay for that much, but because the silver price has been going up, when I started buying, it was at like an ounce. So I kind of got in at a good time in the sense of it's double my money, which is nice. I guess not quite almost, but you know what I mean. It's gone up quite significantly, probably about 30% or so since I started buying, which is pretty impressive because gold and silver has not necessarily moved quite that much in the last 10 years. So yeah, the last year has been pretty significant for the world of silver. But um, let's go ahead and get into my gold pieces. So now, as you can tell, the gold is actually where 50% of my value comes from this gold, because gold is small, but believe it or not, it's just these little pieces are worth more of this entire silver collection. So all in all, this is my first piece of gold and first actually precious metal that I ever bought in my entire life. A 1 ounce of gold, which got me hooked, but I was like, holy cow, I spent that much money and only got that much gold. So then I ended up falling in love with silver because you could just get more for your dollar. But anyways, my favorite coin that's gold that I have is this USA Indian head half eagle, as well as this little $2.50 1909 coin. So I really like those. Then I have a couple 1/10 ounce, and then 5 grams. And then I also have these 10th ounce gold eagles right there. So I love collecting those gold pieces. And then can't forget about these, even though they're not hardly worth anything. I do have 6 gold backs. There's just one hidden between those, but there's 6 gold backs that, super exciting, and they're definitely probably not worth stacking, but it's just a fun way to kind of collect some gold, cheap and affordable, I guess. So then I do have this Austrian restrike coin right here. It's like 0.1 ounces of gold. So I don't really like it all that much because it's just weird denomination and it doesn't say anywhere on it how much gold is in it. So it's a little odd in my opinion. But these are two of my special silver eagles that a buddy of mine gave me. They're very, very sweet because he literally just donated them to me when I got started stacking because he knew I liked it so much. So those are very valuable because the chief engraver signed this one, and then that one is the first day of issue in 2021. So pretty cool stuff and unique. And there's a lot of pieces in here that are special to me, and there's a lot of pieces that I would probably never be able to get rid of just because of the fact that they do have sentimental value to me. Moving on over here, this is kind of my junk silver in the sense of I don't really know what all is here, but it's just kind of random and miscellaneous. I don't know how much silver is here. I didn't really count this in the piece, but there are a lot of like, 1 gram pieces of silver and 10th ounce pieces of silver, and then grains right here. That's a little grain card. So I don't even know how much that's worth, but it's not really worth counting in my opinion. I just kind of have it in my stack. Just now moving down, I got another silver dime right here, BU silver dime that one of my subscribers donated to me. So thank you for that. You know who you are. I only have four 40% silver Kennedy half dollars. Don't really care for those too much. I just bought them because I was bored. I probably won't be buying any more of them just because it's such a low percentage of silver. It's not even really worth it. And then I did throw these in here, not because they're silver, just because I don't really know why, I guess. That would be the right and true answer. So they're in here and they're just kind of money, genuine pirate money. So, anyways, guys, that is my entire stack. That is everything I have collected over a year. And all in all, so with just the silver and gold ounces, all in all, I have saved over $13,300 of just gold and silver. That does not include the $600 of Morgans, as well as all of the junk silver that I will calculate and put on the screen for a grand total of this. Pop it up right here. So grand total of that in 1 year of collecting and saving gold and silver. Again, I did not spend all of this money, started buying this stuff when gold was at $2,700 an ounce and silver was at $32 an ounce. So I got in at a good time compared to what it's at right now. And also, just to mention, I do not make a ton of money at all. So if this is a lot to you, then trust me, I spent some of my own savings and I worked really, really hard to save this. But if this doesn't seem like a lot to you, I'm proud with it because again, it was, $15,000 that I am, I keep in a safety deposit box for an emergency situation if I ever need it. So if I need it, I will have it and I can sell it and, buy you a lot in today's day and age. And hopefully one day this will be worth more and more money. And maybe even silver will hit $50 an ounce, which would be huge for the silver world. But we'll see if that ever happens soon. So let's go ahead and do a little overall panoramic view for the silver so you guys can see it. But a lot of fun and hard work has gone into collecting this stack, as well as just a lot of time and commitment, honestly. And I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely addicting. So there's definitely a big addiction part to it as well. So thank you guys very much. It's hard to say what my favorite piece is, probably the special piece that I showed you guys. But if you guys have any favorite piece in this entire collection that you think is really cool, just let me know in the comments below. And if you don't mind, please do like, subscribe, and comment. I'm a precious metals YouTuber here on YouTube, and I make videos talking about everything kind of related to precious metals, both gold, silver, and coins as well. So if you guys don't mind, please do subscribe. It does help out my channel quite a bit. And thank you guys very much. This was a big video of mine, so I will see you guys on the next video. Silver Stasher out. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a big video for me and probably the last full silver collection video that I will be doing for at least a few years, I would think. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys have any suggestions on next week's video, please let me know. I do want to go over everything that I had in this video to put it all together for you guys. I'm sorry. So all in all, I had a total of $15,828 of gold and silver, which is very impressive in my opinion for myself. I'm proud of myself. And like I said, I kind of got in it at a good time to where the value has skyrocketed since I've gotten into it. So it's definitely a blessing in that aspect as well. So total silver ounces that I had in this video was 107 ounces, which came out to be $5,029 worth of silver. Got to use my little cheat sheet over here too. So total gold ounces was 2.18 ounces of gold, which came out to a total of $8,382 of gold, which is very amazing to me because it could fit in my pocket for goodness sake. So then I had $18 of Morgan and Peace dollars, which came out to a total of $655 if we're talking about spot value. And then I had $23 total of silver half dollars, which came out to $782 using the spot price today. And then in terms of silver dimes, I had $15.60, which came out to $530. And then last but not least, I had $13.25 of quarters, which came out to $450. Now, today, spot price is very high compared to even what it was a month ago. So silver is sitting at $47 an ounce. which is crazy because we're inching up to the all-time high, which I believe is like 49.50 or something. Don't quote me on that. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's like 49.50. Gold spot right now is at an all-time high at $3,845 an ounce, which is absolutely mind-boggling. And so Morgan dollars for the melt price of a Morgan dollar is $36.39. So anyways, that is my total gold and silver collection. Thank you guys as always. And I'm sorry I haven't been posting a whole lot, but there's more videos to come. I just have gotten really busy and life goes on. I'm working 72-hour work weeks and more. So bear with me when it comes to that. But thank you guys very much. See you guys soon.